Hi guys! So today, following on from our work last week on what's in the Staffordshire Hoard, that hoard of buried treasure, today we're going to be history detectives and think about why was the Staffordshire Hoard buried. If you had a pile of treasure, I'm sure you wouldn't just bury it in the ground and forget about it for hundreds of years. So why was this treasure buried and why was it never collected? Remember, this hoard was only found in 2009. So, just a reminder that the Staffordshire Hoard was most likely buried way back in the 7th century, and we're now in the 21st century. It's made of items that were probably made around the 6th or 7th century, and it was discovered in 2009 in a field near the village of Hammerwich in Staffordshire, England, which is really close to us here in Birmingham. This would have been the Kingdom of Mercia in the Anglo-Saxon times. The Staffordshire Hoard is the largest hoard of Anglo-Saxon gold and silver that has been found so far, and it consists of items that contain gold, silver and garnet jewellery in a pattern called cloisonne, which we looked at last week. So why was it buried? Lots of people have come up with theories about the hoard since it was discovered way back in 2009. I'm going to share with you a number of theories that archaeologists and historians have come up with to explain why it might have been buried. But I wonder, what do you think? So our first theory, theory A, is that it was a grave. These treasures were buried with somebody, a bit like the burial at Sutton Hoo that we looked at a few weeks ago. However, there was no evidence of a body, so was the body moved? Had it just decomposed? If someone did move the body, why did they leave the treasure? Theory B is that it was buried for religious reasons. So maybe somebody who wasn't Christian looked at these Christian artefacts, wanted to get rid of them, or maybe it was an Anglo-Saxon who was worried about Vikings coming to invade, hiding their treasure away. But then again, why didn't they go and get them? Maybe they were killed by the Vikings. What do you think? Theory C is that the artefacts were hidden there for safekeeping when enemies attacked, and for some reason were never recovered. So this could have been enemies of just this one person, it could have been enemies from an attacking army, it could have been Vikings, it could have been people from one of the other kingdoms like Northumbria or East Anglia. We just don't know. Theory D is that these artefacts had actually been stolen by the Kingdom of Mercia during their wars with Northumbria and East Anglia, and they've been buried to hide them. But again, why did no one come back for the treasure? I'm going to move my face up here so you can still see these. Theory E, it was buried to identify an important place. So a bit like we would put monuments or huge signposts or decorations to show that something important has happened somewhere. Maybe this treasure was buried to show that someone important lived there, or that something special happened there. But we've got no way of knowing at the moment. Theory F is that the artefacts were payment for soldiers who had supported Mercia in battle. Then why did these soldiers bury the treasure and never come back to it? It's a mystery. And finally, I want to know what you think the most convincing theory is. Maybe you've got one of your own. Maybe you can see something that I can't. Maybe you think some of these theories are linked. Your job today on Teams is to look at those theories again and either pick the one that you think is most likely or to come up with your own. But whatever theory you go for, I want to hear your reasoning. Why do you think that's the theory? Do you have any proof? Can you Google some of the items that were in the Staffordshire Hoard and tell me about them? Do they help your idea? So for example, if it was the grave of a rich person, were there any crowns or jewellery in there that might have belonged to him? If it was payment for soldiers, were there any weapons in there? If it was buried for religious reasons, are there any religious artefacts? Can you find something to support your theory? Remember, if you're feeling stuck, you can come back to this video and rewatch it again. But a lot of today is about your own ideas and your own research. You can ask for help, as always, on the Ask the Teachers channel, and I can be sure to give you a few ideas and point you in the right direction. Don't be afraid to ask, that's what I'm there to help with. But whatever you come up with today, so long as you have a good because, a good reason, I'm interested to hear it. I look forward to reading your theories. I wonder, will any of us ever find out what the real reason was? Have fun today, and we'll see you soon. Bye guys.